5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Insert rap horn. Here we go.
Failure at its finest hour has officially began. Third
We're
episode.
back.
This is
We're
the first.
back.
This is the first time actually that we have officially declared in the episode that we are Failure at its finest hour. As before, Chris, you had a great name. One last cast, which maybe we'll put that
Good
off to the
fishing
side.
podcast.
Maybe that'll be. We were just afraid that it was. People were going to think it was about fishing, which we might talk about fishing, but
yeah, some of these people aren't about the outdoors, and it's all right.
So we have officially changed, and we figured just to let you guys know. Of course, you're probably thinking Failure at its finest hour. What the hell is that? And I want to give a kind of a backstory before we even dive into it. That we had previously recorded this last weekend, actually. So we've been kind of on a little hiatus. Obviously, you don't know that, but we had originally recorded it, and we had some emergencies, so we had to cancel.
Oh, my God.
Coming back, audio was shit, so we're going to go ahead and do it again. Probably not going to have, the enthusiasm as we did the first time, but we have to let everybody know what's going on here with the name.
Dude, might I add that the last episode was a fucking, ended in an abrupt train wreck?
Yeah, Chris, you can go into that actually to start things up.
Yeah, dude. We were sitting there recording on a good vibe. We were all riffing good and everything was going great. And then all of a sudden I get a text that the kids are projectile vomiting across the house.
Oh my gosh.
I come home, I bring Tony home, I bring Kyle home, my brother-in-law, and the boys are in the basement and the kids are just ralphing across the fucking upstairs. And I ended up sitting next to a puke bowl next to Lily's head all night, sleeping next to it. And I woke up the next morning I'm feeling kind of woozy now.
You knew what you were getting into.
We got hit with that goddamn bug, boy. Anyways, that's what happened with the last episode. So I hope we can redeem ourselves with this one.
Honestly. So Failure at its finest hour. I'm not sure if we had mentioned before, but we're all very, I would say at this point, lifelong friends. I mean, we're gonna be. We all met when we were younger. Chris and I have the first experience when we were in third grade? Was it third grade when I moved on to Noggin?
Yeah, you took my virginity.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah. I just remember you moved here in third grade. Was it third grade?
It was third. Now that I remember.
Yeah. And you're living. Talking to the boys, Abe.
We had built a house 200 yards. Abel, what's up, man?
There he is. Special guest Abe Shine.
You had built a house 100, 200 yards away from your house, and that's
across the street.
That's where it started. And of course, you guys can. I can't tell this part because I wasn't a part of it. But was it you and Aaron?
I can't remember how we talked about this last episode too, and I still can't completely remember how. I think Aaron knows. Started.
Aaron knows.
Aaron knows the best.
It's been many moons. But no, I think the thing that all started it was that I'm a talker, so cut me short if you need. But
can you guys hear my kids in the background?
No, we're good.
A little bit is like that. Yeah,
oh, that was me.
Oh, that's you?
No.
Oh, okay. Then no, I can't.
Just rifling it here. Anyways.
He's stimming.
Click. Yeah, so anyways, Dylan and I decided to play basketball. My parents said, you're going to miss this. You're going to regret not playing sports. Probably because they wanted me to get some exercise. But anyway, so Dylan and I were sitting up against the wall after just a horrible first 45 minutes of practice after 3 water breaks for me. And so he said he had a guitar and that he needed it to be restrung and wanted to learn. So we went on down to the old youth building, the Heritage House in Noggin, which is now some sort of
it's a carpet store
or something. Yeah, yeah. So anyways, I kind of upset we never got any of the equipment out of there. But anyways, so yeah, we started playing and taught Dylan a few things. The
Heritage House is a place that normally people would go to. They would it was basically like a center.
Worship,
They would go there, and somebody would go there basically just, they would talk about the Bible and God and stuff like that.
And then
There
you
was
had
like a
Chris,
place, like
and then you had Chris.
We had a music place, so we would go there and play music because it had a PA system and drum set.
And then Chris would, in between songs, and people are walking by, I'd be like, "What the fuck is up, Okanagan?"
what the fuck is that, Denny's?
Oh yeah, side story. Remember when we drug all the equipment out of the basketball court behind that
Yes,
place
yeah,
and
played
blew
outside.
the lid off the town?
Yeah, that
It's like 95 degrees. We're all out there in plaid cargo shorts and bro tanks.
So once the band had formed, you guys, you three, obviously were with Dan. Schoberline.
Yep.
He was drumming, and you guys had something going. Played at a couple school dances, and
We played that with the talent show.
Yep.
Yeah, we played a couple songs at the local talent show.
Yeah,
and then
local talent graduation party.
And then your drummer Dan had went to the Navy, and I had drummed, since I was little. Chris and I had like a fifth grade band when we were.
Yeah, we had our own thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you were hanging, like when we were playing at the Heritage House, you were hanging out with us.
Yeah, because I was friends. I was still friends with you guys.
What was your guys' band name? What did you guys call your band?
Imported Democracy.
Which
makes no fucking sense.
Throw them up, dude. Throw up the rock hand. Dude.
Can you tell that I liked Rise Against at all?
Great band.
Since Dan had left, and then I was able to come swooping in and took over, and I played with you guys, and that's how I had gotten in. And you guys had the name originally. Aaron, do you remember how Failure at its Finest had started? Like the name, like who came up with it, or how quickly you guys came up with it?
Was it Dylan? I think Dylan suggested it. I don't remember. I really don't.
I think it was Dylan's idea. Honestly,
I honestly can't say I remember how I got the name. But
I remember in school that week, like I was like sitting in class, like drawing like band logos, and I couldn't think of anything. And then someone told me Failure at its Finest, and I was like, "That's fucking rad." And I remember that stuck. But
so
I don't know who came up with it.
No, I don't remember because we had Failure at its Finest in Ontonagon. We had what was it? Imperial Democracy.
Imported, dude. Get
Imported.
Right.
Imported Democracy. Then over in Ewan, we had Second Reign. Throw them up to those guys. And then what was Mike and Jake and what was the other metal band? What do they call themselves? You know what I'm talking about? Mike Immo and the boys.
Mike Immo, that was Jesse Yakovlevich as the bassist, and
Jason Yakovlevich.
Jason Yakovlevich. My bad. There's so many Yakos I can't even. Oh, there she is. What's up, Lil?
Hey, Lily.
Got the kids.
So, anyways,
in the chat.
we had figured if we're doing this, I mean, we might as well keep the name going because we all. I mean, the last time we have played music, I think all four of us, was probably when Chris came back from boot camp. We played in my garage. Remember that?
Oh yeah, dude, that was such a great jam.
What year was that? Do you remember?
2015.
Yeah, so that's the last time we played music all together. So we figured, you know what? Let's keep the name going.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
let's keep the name going and let's see what we can do
dude?
here.
I would kill to jam like that again. Like when's the last time you I mean, Tony, I'm sure you've played recently, and Aaron, I'm sure. I haven't played with like a band plugged in with like a drummer and probably since that, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the last time I played was the big COVID outing in at the VFW in Ontonagon.
Yep.
Like 95 degrees inside, and
how many motherfuckers got sick though?
I don't know. I don't know what the body count was after it, but
only 10 senior citizens died. That's good numbers.
So any final comments on FAIF before we move along here?
No, man. No, that's
if we didn't name drop it enough, Failure at its Finest Hour is the full name of the podcast now. So season 1.
Yeah, and since we're so early, we're still like dabbling with things we can do and things, content that we can produce. And something that we have thought about, as I saw it on Twitter, as I saw a picture of some Little Debbie products, and
did you?
I figured
Little Deborah's.
let's start by
We're doing a ranking?
ranking.
Are we doing a ranking?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Now, I'm just about.
You doing a full ranking? Are you doing like top 3?
We'll do top 3. Let's do
Top
three.
three. Okay,
I just sent you guys the picture of the Little Debbie products. So open those up, and I don't really care who can start. And I want to say that they do not list all of them, but
no, there's a lot of things that are overlooked here.
I have to say that it seems like let me just run through the list for the listeners. So in no order, we have Nutty Buddies, oatmeal cream pies, the glazed donuts.
Love a good cream pie.
The birthday cake cupcakes, Swiss rolls, honey buns. We have chocolate marshmallow pies. Oh, God.
Pause.
We have the frosted donuts, chocolate cupcakes, zebra cakes, the Christmas trees. Oh, I forgot about the Christmas trees. Cosmic brownies, and then to top it off, powdered donuts.
Dude, all I know is when you have cosmic brownies, you need some fucking milk with that shit.
100%.
You can't just eat those like by itself.
No, I don't think you can. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Wait,
so
dude, will you resend it to? Is it in the Snapchat?
Yeah,
It's
in the Snapchat.
February 21st.
You gotta
scroll up.
Can't fucking
So
see it.
while Chris is doing that, I'll kick it off.
21st.
Off here with my top 3, and I'll start off at 3, and I'll move down to 1.
And then we'll do honorable mention too. One honorable mention.
Found it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So number 3 for me is the zebra cake.
Okay.
It is just it's fluffy. Now it's similar to the birthday cakes. I think that's just like a festive twist here. But there is nothing like a nice white fluffy zebra cake. Nothing crazy special about it, but it just hits the spot.
It just does.
Number 2 for me is those little greasy chocolate covered donuts. You know, the ones where it's like it's like a melted melted Yankee
Good
candle.
pick.
It's like a chocolate flavored melted candle. It's just so glossy, like you could grease an engine with it. I mean, they're just waxy, and for some odd reason when you bite into them and they're fresh, they crunch.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Just
is this bitch frozen?
Yeah, and it's like astronaut food on the inside. It's just like that, full of little air pockets.
Oh,
and then the number 1 for me is Swiss cake rolls. There is nothing.
Wow.
It's got that same
Damn,
sort of
Aaron,
glossy
yeah.
chocolate on it. Got a little
Number
cake.
1 with the Swiss cakeys.
There's just nothing like it. You can get an oatmeal cookie and put some frosting between 2 of them. Or you can get like an actual cinnamon roll versus the honey buns and chocolate cupcakes that are stuffed with frosting. That doesn't interest me much. Honorable mentions cosmic brownies. Really, I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Not the actual Little Debbie brownie because it's like the normal one because it's got like nuts on top. Nobody's got time for that. Like, don't put almond or pecan pieces on a brownie. Just forget it.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. If you're picking powdered donuts for number 1. It's fucking on site.
Oh my God.
It's on site. And I know Tony is gonna pick those.
No, I'm not. Fuck that. No.
You like them fucking powdery ass lip?
No, they don't even make the top 10. They don't even make the top 10.
I'm just joshing. But yeah, dude. I think the powdered donuts get the ultimate disrespect.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be on there, to be honest.
Get them bitches out of her.
All right.
Who's next?
All right. So I'll have to say this. It's pretty hard because there's one on here that I know my top 3 right now, but it's hard to say which one's the best one. I think my personal opinion, I'll have to go the oatmeal cream pies is like number 3.
So good.
Yeah, something about it, like just open it up, have herself an oatmeal cream pie. I don't know. Like it's
And
just
yeah,
delicious.
dude, they're 50 cents a piece. Like, how could you go wrong?
Especially when you get like
You
the
know?
big one. You guys see the big ones
Yeah,
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
gas
Oh,
station?
no.
Jumbo
Yeah.
Jumbos.
Fucker's
Yeah,
like a
baby.
dinner
Yeah.
plate, dude.
Facts, dude. So
Yeah.
good.
But then number
First-
2, oh man, probably the Nutty Buddy. I like peanut butter and chocolate like mixed, like it's,
Mhm.
and
It's
then
the
the,
best
like
combo.
the
Good
wafer.
crunch.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like good crunch too.
And then like you get it like a little bit warm, so like the chocolate's like a little bit like mushy, you know? It's
Yeah,
super.
like you know the Nutty Buddy's perfect when most of it's on the wrapper. You know, like it's like
Just
like-
sat in the bottom of a Jansport backpack on a bumpy school bus ride through the back of the Norwich.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what's your
But
number
number-
3? What's
number
number 3,
one-
Kirko?
Number
Number
one
my bad.
is the Star Crunch.
Wow.
Oh,
going off
Oh,
the
shit,
oh,
dude.
wasn't on the
Off
list.
the grid,
Oh,
dude.
Not on the list,
dude.
Off
but
the
that
road
is a
map.
that's an
I like
all-time
that.
classic Little Debbie that I used to just
That
eat religiously when
that
I
is
was
a
a kid.
Star
sleeper.
Crunches are so good, dude. I forgot
I
about
remember
It's
those.
like
my mom
a-
used to buy these big boxes of them, and I would just eat them all in like 2 days. She was so
Mhm.
that's all I would eat.
My God.
And it's
so good.
something to be said that we're doing Little Debbie because a Hostess, if it was Hostess, different ball game. Dylan, we know you love the pink snowballs.
Oh yeah.
Fuck me. Fuck me to tears.
But honorable mention, I won't waste anymore. I'll let bees go after this. Honorable mention for me, I'm gonna have to go with the zebra cake. That's probably my honorable mention.
Okay.
Respect,
And then
respect.
the worst on the list, the freaking marshmallow pie. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like
Yeah,
honestly, like if I want like one of those like marshmallow pies, I'm gonna get a freaking moon pie.
Yeah.
Is Moon Pie Little Debbie? I don't think it is.
No, it's not. I'm saying like I wouldn't
I
get a
don't
little
know.
bit.
And moon pies suck, might I add. They are terrible.
Not bad.
They're awful, dude. It's like eating sawdust wrapped in chocolate.
Oh my gosh. I think Little Debbie tried to do the moon pie thing, and they didn't hit
Yeah.
the mark, you know.
Yeah, they didn't hit the spot. But I'll go next if it's cool. When it comes to Little Deborah's, as you guys know, I mean, I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm a trucker. I drive truck all day. So I eat a lot of gas station food. So I am pretty tenured in the Little Debbie category.
Seasons that.
Especially because I live fucking paycheck to paycheck. So sometimes I only have $5 for today. And the first thing I go to is a Little Debbie counter. And, you know, I see a lot of things, and I've dabbled in the oatmeal cream pies, and I've dabbled in the Star Crunches. But when it comes to me, I gotta go. I mean, this is
Number
might-
3 first.
number 3 first. Okay,
Number 3 first.
Oh, shit,
Do you have the list in front of you?
I remember them. Number 3 for me is gonna be zebra cakes. All day.
Oh, good choice.
All day,
Solid.
all day. Just a solid, spongy, fucking cream-filled piece of shit, you know. But you know, I'm against the grain on this one. I'm a big honey bun guy. So my
You're gonna
number
let it
2.
iced or the regular?
Hold
Yeah.
on here. Hold on.
Okay,
here.
all right.
My number 2 is the glazed honey bun. Okay.
Okay.
A straight glaze, just you know. Just a nice little crispy layer of carcinogens on that fucking roll of who knows what. But my number 1 is the iced honey bun.
Oh,
Left turn.
Back to back HBs, bruh.
Really big on the honey buns.
Damn.
Dude,
They
the
are
thing
pretty
is,
good.
I fucking set them on my defroster in my truck. They get a nice
Bake 'em.
little warm and gooey. And them jits are fucking stomping.
Dude, out of all the Little Debbies in the entire world, the fucking honey bun.
Honey bun, baby.
Dang.
Give
Lot
me
of
that
bang
Do you
for
have
buck.
do you have an HM honorable mention?
Honorable mention, I'm going with Cosmic Brownie. And if we're doing Sackos, if we're doing the worst, I'm going with the fucking powdered donut 6-pack. What an absolute
Disaster.
pile of shit.
What a disaster.
Just a sleeve of fucking dump shit.
It's just
dude.
sawdust. It's just white sawdust.
Yeah, dude. It's sawdust. Like molded into shape and covered in just like what is this covered in? Cigarette ash?
Oh my gosh. So
Like, yeah, go to the truck stop and there's a dude with just white lips. And like, bro, what you eating, dog?
The worst part is that he's probably drinking coffee, but the coffee can't get through how much powder's on them things.
Dude,
Looks like Dave Chappelle. It looks like Dave Chappelle out of that attic episode.
Peanut butter and crack sandwiches.
fucking Tyrone, baby.
Those powdered donuts is a 6 Diet Coke minimum to wash them down.
That is fucking hilarious.
Oh shit!
And then you use the casing as a napkin, right?
Oh, that's just nasty.
Just scrape the schmutz off.
All right.
So
What do you got, Tony?
So mine are pretty similar, but I do have
Similar.
I do have, what did I say?
Similar.
Oh,
It's similar.
whatever, Chris. Where are we from?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3, I have to go with the glazed honey buns.
Number 3.
Glazed onions.
So
I'll take it.
have you
I'll take
ever
it.
microwaved those fuckers for 2 seconds?
I heard
Dude, they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Same.
You can
thing
only
as-
microwave for
yeah.
2 seconds because it'll disintegrate any longer.
And
burn your house down.
my number 2, and it's very close to number 1, but my number 2 is actually going to be Nutty Buddies. Now,
Okay.
we didn't even talk about Nutty Buddies, how you eat them. How does everybody eat
Okay.
their Nutty Buddies?
Shit.
When you get
Well,
Nutty
I
tell you
Buddies,
what,
how do you eat them?
I don't separate it layer by layer like a
That's-
freak. Is that's what you're asking?
That's what I do.
People
Oh,
actually
no.
do that? That's a thing?
Yeah, so I do peel them individually, and I lick like a fucking monster. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one. I mean,
you might be
in our group, maybe, but I fucking know that other people do this. You split them
I know.
piece by piece. You lick the fucking peanut butter off the stick,
No.
each individual layer, and then you eat them. To me, that's why it's number 2, because I'm just licking just like the peanut butter off. Like if I eat them fully, it's not
Damn.
as enjoyable. But for me, number 1 by far in this list, I would always
Don't
take
you-
them. Always take them number 1. No, it's not controversial. Zebra cakes is my
Powdered
number 1.
Zebra cakes.
Zebra cakes. Zebra cakes.
He's lying. He's a powdered
Shut up,
donut guy.
I was like, I got like white shit on my face after coming
I
back.
swear I don't like them. I don't like
I don't like them. Zebra cakes for me are
Wow, the
the top
goated.
tier, Debbie, in my opinion.
Nice.
Just because to me it's the flavor. Like I don't know why, but the flavor is so fucking good. Like when you bite, like Aaron, you said it best. Like the nice, soft, like marshmallowy, like cloudy,
Little bit
fluffy.
of cream in there.
It's just
The-
pure
the-
nitrogen in those bubbles.
the-
Those aren't air bubbles.
the bite when you take of a fucking zebra cake to me is so good. Like the flavor just punches you right in the fucking teeth.
Carcinogen
I think-
cakes.
I think I
love
might
just
have
the
those for
consist-
breakfast
I love the-
tomorrow.
I love the consistency. I might pick one up on the way to work tomorrow.
Just
Who fucking knows?
chuck it in a frying pan, put some maple syrup on it. Why not?
Put
The
a fried
consistency.
egg, fried egg on top.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my god.
guaranteed over a bed of hash. Dude,
Fry some bologna and just put it right in the fry some bologna and put it right in the middle of the zebra cake.
I don't want to
Maybe
be
a couple
part of this conversation anymore.
Couple Slim
And then,
Jims in there. Why not?
My honorable mention has to be the cream pies, oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah.
Just because when I was younger, when my mom would buy shit for our lunches, she would always buy the oatmeal cream pies. So just fucking grab one of those, just sling them in the bag, out the door. So
One thing-
good.
Yeah, one thing I knew about your mom always is that she loved cream pies too. It was crazy.
Fuck you. Fucking bastard.
But
So
dude, I know, like, I have to say that cosmic brownies deserve like some sort of placement, like the honorable, like they're so
Yeah, but
they're so good, but
they're
they're so
fucked. Those-
bad, dude.
They are. That's seriously that. That is
Stick
like
to the roof
that's
of your mouth.
they're yeah, and like there's fucking BB gun pellets at the toppings,
Like,
whatever the fuck
what
those are,
those?
dude. You
Candy
bite into it, you're like,
coated.
oh, it's so soft. Then you bite one of those, you gotta go to the fucking dentist next week. Like, those things are rock solid, dude. You
Yeah.
literally put those in a pellet gun and fucking shoot a squirrel and kill it.
That's bird shot on those
But
fucking brownies.
you hit it. You hit it right. They're so good, but they're so bad.
So good,
And,
so
and, they're-
bad.
and they are iconic. They're very iconic. But to
I
me,
think
I have to,
they got to be a staple in Little Deborah. I mean, the
You know,
Cosmic
oh,
Brownie.
they have to be. If you ask somebody name a Little Debbie product, I'm pretty sure Cosmic Brownie will probably be
for
like
sure.
the first or second.
Dang.
But
So,
also,
I don't agree with that. I think someone would say
oh,
the Nutty Buddy, oatmeal cream pie. Those are the top two. I guarantee you, if you tell someone to fucking name 5 Little Debbie's, every single person would say those two.
yeah.
dude,
Okay.
good point. Good point. Might I add that like I do love oatmeal.
Beaver cakes are good,
Yeah,
but there's nothing like the fucking crispiness of that Star Crunch and like the
Yeah.
caramel.
yeah, for sure. Those are good and crunchy. With a bottle of Sprite next to it. Shut
And
it
Tony,
down.
Tony had a good point. Those little colorful pellets on the brownie.
What
Those are
is
like
that?
they're colored like ice fishing jigs. They're like and they're just
Seriously.
about as hard, man. Get a tungsten or something.
It reminds me. It reminds me of like Dylan. You know like MREs. Like remember like on the description of the MRE box it says like pan shaped chocolate discs coated in candy.
Yeah, hand coated chocolate discs.
It's like
Aaron-
what the fuck, dude? It's like
Aaron,
what?
Aaron, you made me think of when you said the ice fishing. You made me think of so we were just last weekend when we were together.
Oh yeah, we were
Chris and
talking
I were
about that.
together. We when we were originally trying to record this and we had to cut it short. We were actually there for Chris is expecting another child into the world, so congratulations to Chris.
Oh, yeah.
and Kayla.
Thanks. You know,
But I wanted
can't pull out of a driveway, so
I wanted to talk about when we were in your fucking garage when the girls were inside because it was the funniest thing ever. The girls were inside having the baby shower, and like all the dads and the dudes were in the garage. We were drinking beer, watching college basketball, and Chris, I think it was you. You brought it up just recently. I think like a few weeks ago there was a town in Ohio
yeah.
that the mayor like banned ice fishing because he said ice fishing leads to shanties and shanties lead to prostitution.
Yes, dude. This
Which
dude,
is the most wild fucking
like,
thing ever.
How in the fuck do you get that out of that? You know,
You know where
just-
I'm having
and he-
my bachelor party.
And he just and
Ohio.
exactly him doing that just created the idea of prostitution on ice,
and like,
and
dude,
not the Disney version.
no, like
So-
we should get into it.
We literally had this conversation, and if it wasn't for that mayor, I'm pretty sure it was a mayor, right, in some town. That's what it was.
Former mayor, he's resigned.
Former mayor.
now,
That's
yeah.
right. He
He's
resigned after.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like,
So-
like clips on the internet. Like, I don't know if you can add the clip in, but basically, the guy was like, you know, why did we ban ice fishing on this lake? And he's like, you know, ice fishing leads to ice shanties, and ice shanties leads to prostitution. And this mayor walked back on it, and he said, "Oh, it was all satire, and I was joking, trying to bring like a joke to like public counsel." But like, dude, then why did you say it?
And then resign after. Like
Exactly.
clearly he meant it, and then was like, fuck. You know what? Yeah, it's been a good run.
You know, I've been there for 6 years. I'm good. You
So,
know?
anyways, because of him, we had the absolute most fantastic idea of an ice casino prostitution ring
yeah,
out on the old lake,
on the big
and
lake.
we were we were fucking. I tell you, and again, the funniest part was all the moms and the girls were inside, like they were watching like a Disney movie because Lily was with everybody, and like everyone had eaten and had a couple drinks, and they're just settling down and just talking about shit, being chicks, and like the dudes are inside, just like dudes are out in the garage, like, yeah, so we cut out a huge hole in the ice, put slot machines on a big platform right in the front, and then you're getting your schlong
Getting your dick
sucked
sucked.
while you're jigging for, and we were just like, what the fuck? And I think it was your father-in-law was talking he was like an ice casino. He's like, we can make an ice casino.
Well,
And then
yeah, dude.
we were like all looking around like, how do we make this happen? And then
It's
we were like,
shit.
we need to find slot machines. And we were like, we don't even need slot machines. We can just get a table and some green felt.
Dude,
Get some blackjack dealers out on the ice. It's
like,
a fantastic idea.
well, yeah, you have to think about lightweight. You know, like if you're putting a bunch
Yeah.
of slot machines on the ice, it's like, dude, you're gonna have to do that in late February when there's 2 foot of ice. But if you do a big piece of ice, you know, and you do like 6 blackjack tables, 6 poker tables, that's not a lot of wood. You know, it's not a lot.
You know,
of weight.
we could get with the engineers at Michigan Tech during Carnival. They could just build a nice house out on the channel there.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I mean,
there
shit,
you
dude.
go.
Yeah, those nerds
And
can
they
carve
can-
a SpongeBob
they can-
castle in a fucking day.
Literally, they would be the first to do it. I think. I mean, they were slinging pasties out of that one ice house. There's like every year they
Yeah.
do that up in Hawaii.
Yeah.
God
That's
bless.
insane.
God, might I
And
say, God bless the sale of pasties, buddy, out of a fucking ice castle. That's fucking dope. But
Because it wouldn't take much. Like, you wouldn't even need like an actual blackjack table. You could just get like a folding fucking camping
yeah,
table.
just throw some felt on it, dude.
And then just get like go around the town, you know, keep it kind of on the DL. But being in a small town, it's very hard to do.
Yeah,
Right.
Just get a
especially
bunch of
with the-
fucking dudes.
with a circus tent on the ice. Big,
Yeah,
big,
Chris.
big top, purple and yellow.
Because the original idea was a big circus tent on the ice, a big ass hole so you can see like through the ice, and then on
Yeah.
top of the ice was like a platform you could walk onto, and there'd be slot machines.
Yeah.
But I want to
The
know
whole
like
nine.
how many people after that mayor
Oh,
said
dude.
that now are actually getting prostitutes and going ice fishing
Well,
in their
dude,
shanties.
dude, so I did some like looking into that, and like apparently, like hookers on the ice is like it's happened before. Like there's a place called Mill Ox in Minnesota. It's like this big lake chain, and like I heard about, like I read, or I guess I didn't read about it. I listened to it on a podcast, and like these guys had said, like, you know, my grandpa told me that back when they were out on the ice, they would have like these ladies of the night go around a different shack to shack. And it was like, it came to fruition. Like it actually happened at one point that there was hookers on the ice.
And that in itself is like, that's very smart too, because
You know, you got to get it how you live. You know, make
because
that
like
money.
not only like are they away, but like you're alone in like an ice shack, and it's just a great. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's entrepreneurship right there.
Well, I mean, guys got
Those-
sleepers out there. They got bunk beds in freaking shanties now.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
You
see
literally
some of the fucking shanties out on the ice now. It's unbelievable. People have like they roll out like they're
It's
like
unreal.
a camp.
It's
Like they'll roll
unreal.
like an actual building,
Yeah.
and they'll have like you said, Aaron, like TVs,
Mhm.
fucking
They got the
beds and
Traeger
shit.
out there. They're smoking.
Yeah, it's
they're
crazy.
smoking meats. Smoking these
Yeah.
meats.
And they're catching 2 walleye a day. In my opinion, ice fishing is the wackest way of fishing. Like it's just a way to like get by until you can actually fish.
Yeah,
Like
it's true.
Dylan's lucky. Like, dude, you live in Louisiana, like bass are spawning right now. You know, it's like here in fucking Michigan, we're still like walking through slush trying to get on the ice just to get our fix of catching maybe a fish in 3 hours. It's the worst.
Got them
See,
gators
I'd
to worry
rather-
about that down there.
Yeah, so I have a different opinion about that. Like, it gets so hot and humid here in the summer, like we can't even like go outside and do shit
Really?
in the middle of the day. It's because it's so hot and humid. Like it's like miserable to even like you can't just like go stand somewhere and go fishing.
Dang.
It's just too hot.
You can't really be in the water because you got cottonmouth
like,
and
Yeah, and at that
gators
point, like, yeah, gators, snakes,
True,
like.
true.
And then at that point that time of year, like you know what I mean, like all the fucking fish aren't in the shallow water anymore.
True.
So like if you're bank fishing, you aren't really catching shit.
Yeah, actually, Dylan, I actually can relate to that because now that you mention that, I think about when I lived in North Carolina. There was a time in like late summer where it was like so fucking hot out, and I was catching fish, but like I was just like sweating like a whore in church, you know. just soaked in sweat. And I remember catching the bass and like bending over to pick up the fish, and I stood up and I was seeing stars.
I
And I was
remember
like,
you sending us Snapchats of you like you're like, oh, going fishing today, and then like 20 minutes later you were like, fuck, you're like in your car like with the
too
AC on,
fucking
and you're like,
hot,
fuck
too
that. You're
fucking
like, fuck
hot.
that.
Like, dude, there was times where I was picking up bass out of the water
Yeah.
and seeing stars. And like, is this even worth it right now?
Yeah, see, I would much rather go ice fishing than have that happen. Because like you can like sit down and go ice fishing. Like, yeah, you might not catch like a lot of fish. I mean, if you like have the equipment, like you can
Really
have
get
those like
on 'em.
fancy like
It's just
fish finders and stuff.
expensive. It's expensive.
It is expensive, but like I'm saying, like you just want to like go out there and like have a good time. Like,
Yeah, if I'm with people and like slinging beers and shit.
way more
For sure,
enjoyable
for
than like
sure.
standing somewhere and just sweating your ass off and getting eaten fucking alive by mosquitoes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you guys remember when we went?
Not even to me, yeah. Not even to me. I didn't even mention the fucking bugs. Like I don't. Yeah.
You need to bring your
Fucking
12
bugs.
gauge out there just
For the mosquitoes.
stand and cast a line.
It's not. And that's not fun.
It is a bad time. I will.
Do
agree
you
with
guys
that.
do you guys remember when we went fishing, Dylan, when you guys were up? Me, Aaron, you, Kelly, and Marshall.
Oh
we
my
went to Twin
gosh.
Lakes,
That was
and we had drove all the way
That was
there, like
so
a
bad.
30-mile trip out to this lake, and we
just
got
just
there, and
breathing mosquitoes.
it was seriously so bad. I remember we didn't even stay for 5 minutes. I don't think. I mean, we had thrown out like 2 lines maybe.
Yeah, we were there for
Reeled them up.
like
Marshall was
like,
just fucking running around like twitching.
Oh man, that first hatch, that's the worst. But that's when some of the fishing gets to be the best because they all come in for that topwater stuff. But
Mhm. I like how we start the episode with, our name change, one last cast, and then we start talking about fishing.
Well, it was a big part of our life. Like
Yeah, I know. We'll definitely.
many times, but we're definitely. I don't think we're like a fishing podcast. It's more like it's just like random bullshit.
Yeah, because I'm sure once the summer rolls around, there will be like podcasts. I'm sure where we talk. Like I'd like to go out more this year. And Aaron, I know you do your fair share. Chris, obviously you do your fair share.
Yeah, sorry. I gravitate like my conversations gravitate towards fishing. I just can't help it sometimes.
Another thing I miss is like stream fishing for like little trout and stuff like that.
True,
I absolutely miss
true.
that. That's like out of all the types of fishing I've done, because I've like I've been bass fishing in the south. I've been salmon fishing in the lake, freaking in the river fishing for walleye, whatever you name it. Like I've been fishing like
Right.
for just about everything besides deep sea fishing, like saltwater.
I've never done that.
Well, my favorite, like by far, is just like walking around on like a stream in the like in Porkies or just wherever. There were some pretty good spots in Wisconsin too, but just like walking the streams and just like
Yeah.
casting.
that's a hard way to fish, man. It's
Well, that was-
low yield.
To me, it's more
Yeah.
enjoyable though.
It's
That's
more fun. It's more fun in my opinion. Like that's like I took Aaron on a fishing endeavor on the Manistee River this summer.
Oh, that was a
And
blast.
basically it's like what I do every time I get a chance to go fishing on a warm day is I just basically get dick deep in the water and just walk up the river and just you start pitching around and find what you can catch. And I mean, in my opinion, I think that's the funnest way to fish is just get into a fucking river or creek, like you said. Like some of that shit, like you catch some of the funnest fish of your life.
For me, like I'm like I don't know, like I can only like fish like from shore and just like stand there for so long until
It
like
gets
I,
so
like,
boring.
I get not maybe not that. It's just like I kind of just get irritated just because like
You're not catching anything.
yeah, and it's just like I'm just standing there. Like I like to just like walk around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Boat,
So
it's a little bit, like you can like drive the boat. You can like
right.
I want to. You can like steer the boat. Check your fish finder, make sure you're going like a lot different than just like standing there and just casting over and over again. Like it just gets
fish finders are gay though, dude.
I know. I don't even have a boat. I'm just saying like.
I have a boat and I barely use it. That's how much I just would rather walk in a river because I have a boat and I don't fuck. Hey, my dad said, hey, actually, the reason I left the conversation is because my dad called Tony. I don't know if we're recording, like obviously we're recording, but my dad like he derailed the like I was mid sentence and my dad just calls me. I'm like, what? He's like, did you see the text I sent you? And I'm like, no. I read the text and it just says, hey. I'm like, dude,
Oh my
I
god.
fucking told you to not bother me. I'm recording a fucking like, did you see your text? What? Hey. I'm like, dude, you can text me hey any day. But he also said, tell the fuckers I said hello. So old John Shine is Shine Dogs in the chat.
Mama said, mate.
So I got a bit we can talk about here. Do you guys remember the Turtle Squad?
Oh yeah, yes. How could we forget?
So we had, growing up in the UP, there's a ton, and I mean a ton of turtles. It's just straight up like in the springtime, they're walking across the roads. I mean, they're just jaywalking all over
Suicidal.
the place.
Yeah, they
Dude,
just
And
just breaking the law.
And speaking of fishing, we'd be going out, getting ready for some spring fishing, going out to some spots, and going out smelting, which is a huge disaster every single time we did it. I think we went I think we went like probably 4 years in a row, like with all of us.
Never caught
and
anything.
Nothing. It was just, it was such a disaster. But in those times during the day when we would go, turtles would be crossing the road, and we made it a point to start this little committee amongst us four, and we called it the Turtle Squad. And we would literally pull over, going 75 down the road, jerk the wheel over, and go and pick up a turtle
That's
and
a
bring it to the other
painted
side of the
turtle,
road.
Pull over! That's a goddamn turtle.
Couple of snappers in there. I don't even know. I
Savings.
think the first time we did it, we were going out swimming in a waterfall filled with leeches. Come to find out.
Dude, that's a great way to stay in shape. Great way to stay in shape.
Yeah, there's I think when we were doing it, I'm not sure if we had seen somebody else do it or if we just started to do it. But I remember as I grew up and, we had stopped doing that because obviously we weren't together anymore. I had seen
we broke up.
This like community. I'm not saying we started it, but I'm saying like a nationwide like community of
Saving turtles.
Yes, like if you see a turtle crossing the road, you should stop and get him to safety. And
Yeah,
I don't know if I could be blowing smoke out of my ass, but I also remember maybe seeing something about that's not good because you could be like throwing off their
trajectory,
trail or
migration patterns.
Yeah, like and again that could be total bullshit.
That's they're just they're
but
slow
it's like,
ass motherfuckers, dude.
If they're crossing the road, they're getting there anyway.
Yeah, maybe this is the butt of a joke, but I mean, why does the turtle cross the road?
To get
to the other side.
So it's like if we put them on the other side, who gives a fuck?
The other side.
If he can't find out where he is, he's fucking stupid and he should get ran over.
Yeah, that's Darwinism.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take on turtles.
Hot take on turds, bro.
Fucking PETA after us or fucking some turtle.
One thing we never did as teenage pranksters is we never. You've seen those pictures of like roadkill on the side of the road where like people like go to like Walmart and get like a get well soon balloon and they tie it to like the roadkill slide. We had talked about doing that. We never did, but I thought it'd be so hilarious. With all the roadkill in the spring up in the UP,
just the deer.
Oh yeah, it looked like a friggin' birthday party out there on M38.
Dude, speaking of roadkill, have you ever driven like behind a county plow and seen it like hit a dead deer?
No,
dude.
Tony, you got a story about that?
Oh my god!
Well, when you crank the deer in your car.
That's very strange. Yeah, it's not what Chris was saying, but one time I'd hit a deer out in like the absolute middle of nowhere. There was like a couple houses down this like long highway stretch. No town, like there was a town like 10 minutes away, but it was like 10 at night. I smoked a fucking deer, and I'm out. I pull over. Obviously, the deer's dead on the fucking road. Saw it fly over my fucking windshield. Saw it land in my back mirror. And I'm sitting there checking my car out, and I'm calling my dad because I was young, and I was just like, I just fucking smoked a deer. And he's like, oh, He's like, because I was like 40 minutes from home, and he was like, oh, well, can you make it home or whatever? And I was like, yeah, I can. And as I was on the phone, again, the middle of nowhere, like a mile down the road, a fucking plow truck comes out of like the woods.
Like a county one or just like a personal?
I don't know. I didn't call the cops. I got out of my car. I literally hit the deer, got out of my car, called my dad. And as I'm on the phone with my dad, a fucking plow truck comes on the road, just scrapes the fucking deer into the ditch and just goes back into the woods. I'm like, that guy's name is fucking Dale. Like that guy's just sitting
Rusty nails, dude.
That guy's just sitting on his porch at 10 o'clock at night, just waiting for that sound, and he knows what happens, and just goes out and clears the road.
He's like, goddamn.
It was the strangest thing ever. I was like on the phone with my dad. I was like, someone's scraping the deer. Not even 5 minutes after I hit it. It was unbelievable, and I still don't know. I don't know who the fuck it was. Yeah, he's just sitting, like I said, on his porch, and he hears that. He's like, oh, we got him good. And I fucking did. I was going like 65, didn't even slow down, just smoked
puts his bibs on. It's like, Donna, I'm going to work.
Just put that fucking deer to sleep, dude. It's funny when you...
Yeah, Cheryl, we got another one.
Them plows got that fucking, like, them county plow trucks, they got like the big blade on front, and they can lift the blade, and they got like a blade under their like front axle that also plows. But like on snowy days, like sometimes I'll get caught on my way to work behind a plow truck, and like I'll just be like following the plow truck because I don't want to pass, because I don't want to fucking, like, sometimes you pass and accelerate, you spin out on the highway,
Oh yeah.
And like one day I was behind the county truck, and I was just like, I'm just gonna ride 55 on the way to work, stay behind this guy. It's a fucking snowstorm. And I'm just watching this guy's blade, and they're just seeing like a fucking carcass, just fucking airborne, dude. Just like a floppy deer carcass. Like,
oh yeah, and they got him on the angle too, so it flies up in the air.
Yeah, and like an hour, like you drive home on the way from work, and there's fucking buzzards like 50 feet off the road. Same shit, dude. I hit a deer this year too. I hit a fucking deer, and it was like. Actually, a fucking weird story. It was like a Monday morning, and there was an Amber Alert for a missing child in the East End by Germfast, where I was driving to. And I was driving, like, it was a clear day, but it was kind of foggy. And I'm driving to work, and I'm like kind of like looking at my phone, like putting music on. And I look up, and the first thing I see is just like arms. And I didn't know what it was. I just like saw a figure. And it was, all I heard was bum, bum, bum. And I just like immediately clobbered what it was ever in front of me as I was hearing the Amber Alert on my fucking phone. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, did I just hit the missing child?
Oh my God.
That's on Amber Alert.
Oh my God.
And I'm like fucking sweating bullets. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a guy behind me, and he would have fucking pulled over if I would have hit a person, like he would have fucking like pulled over. And then on my way home from work,
Wait, you didn't stop? You didn't stop? You didn't stop? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh no!
I was late for work.
Oh
dude.
my God!
These casualties of war, dog.
Oh my God!
On the fucking highway. But like, yeah, so like on the way back home from work, I'm like driving by, and I just see this like fawn.
Oh,
and it's like completely like there's like a tire track, like completely like the spawn is split in half.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like 1-0, dude. 1-0. My KD is up right now.
Well, it looks like we're hitting that time. And
right, well,
this is gonna be the first time we're actually gonna be able to close out an episode.
We did it.
Because before we would just like keep talking and then just stop. Because I mean the first two we were pretty inebriated. We were pretty goosed.
I personally don't remember the first two episodes, so
yeah, maybe once we get our social media going, we can post those 5 pictures throughout the night. I'm just kidding.
The 5 phases of Chris.
But that will do it for episode 3. We'll get you with episode 4 very, very soon. But I hope you guys are well. Any last words here, fellas?
Thanks for staying tuned, and if you're listening, I'm thankful that you're listening, and I hope you ride with us for this journey, because we don't really talk about anything. So if you if you like listening to us, then I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
I really do. I really
we're
do.
excited.
And coming up soon for our listeners, we've got Camp Parties, the best of. We've got Rank
Oh,
Rank
boy.
City.
Oh, Jesus.
And more segments,
And-
worst of the week. I'm excited to see what you guys got in store for
Worst of the week.
some of the shitty things happening in your week.
yeah.
But we got
Well,
some fun things in store here.
Dylan's like worst of the week, and he's going to fucking Russia. Like, this is the
Shut up. Oh my God.
it's the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme where he's just like bum bum bum, like in Russia.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its finest hour.
I saw a dude. There was a dude ripping fucking pills in the back room one time.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its finest hour.
Oh yeah, side story. Remember when we drug all the equipment out of the basketball court behind that place and blew the lid off the town?
Thanks for listening to Failure at its finest hour.
Penguin! It was Penguin! Nice! Another perfect round.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its finest hour.
Distinctively remember getting thrown to the ground when that first one blew up.